Thanks for staying with us. That's Vanitha and I'm Roshan. Now, earlier this year, WWF-Malaysia joined us on the show to discuss the dwindling number of sharks in our waters and how their My Fin, My Life campaign was raising awareness about the issue. The My Fin, My Life campaign began in January to appeal to businesses and individuals to reduce shark fin consumption as this is a major factor in the decreasing number of sharks. This month, WWF Malaysia is back on Vibus to reiterate this issue and why it's so important for all Malaysians to get on board the cause. We sit down now with Amierah Amer, a Sustainable Seafood Officer of the Marine Program at WWF Malaysia. Amierah, thank you so much for joining us, and I love the shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
My fin,
pleasure to be here.
My life. Thank you. Now, first, tell us, how did you get started in WWF in this cause?
Okay, so before I joined WWF, I was studying my master's, and I did a paper on eco-fashion. So I was doing my research, and suddenly it just appeals to me, like, you know, probably after I finish my master's, I want to pursue my work in sustainability. So after I finished my master's, I was looking for work, looking for jobs, and I found out there's an opening for sustainable seafood. And I thought, okay, seafood is part of food. I've already studied for fashion in terms of clothing, sustainability in clothing, so why not sustainability in food?
Right.
Wow. So
I got into the interview, and here I am.
And here you are right now.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, this is not the first time WWF Malaysia have been here in the studio, but if there's somebody out there watching us for the very first time, could you tell us what the My Fin, My Life campaign is all about?
Right. So My Fin, My Life campaign, the aim is to reverse the current situation of high consumption of shark fin and especially shark fin soup and shark products. So we appeal not only to individuals but also businesses to support the call to say no to shark fin soup. So for individuals, we would like to appeal to everyone and say, please sign for the pledge to say no to this dish. And for businesses, we also call out to them to sign on to our corporate pledge to support and be committed not to promote or serve shark fins and also not to have them in their corporate functions.
Right.
So this campaign is also comprehensive because not only that we are getting support from the public and from businesses, we're also getting support from state governments who further spread the campaign awareness in locals within the state, and also from municipal councils because we seek help from them to distribute questionnaires on the selling and the behavior of serving shark fin, and also shark facts to restaurants who renew their licenses.
Yeah, that's important.
Comprehensive.
Yeah, you're making the right decisions. The right decision to not to drink shark fin. I've made the pledge. Have you, Roshan?
Yeah, of course.
Very nice.
But then again, I've never had shark fin soup, so I'm not sure how it tastes like, and I don't want to start.
Okay.
That's the truth.
Fantastic. It's not that great. It's not worth it. But how does the how is this campaign different from all the other campaigns that have run?
Yeah.
Right. So basically, the campaign, like I said earlier, it's comprehensive because we are targeting different groups of the society. We're targeting the authorities. We're targeting businesses. We're targeting the public.
So it's never been done before.
Probably in terms of approaching the authorities, probably, if I dare say, we are the first ones to get them to support us as well and support the call.
Amierah, it's very easy to talk about it, but in terms of you and your colleagues going down there on the ground and actually initiating a dialogue with these people who to them might not think this is the biggest deal in the world, what was that initial response like when you all went and told them about the current situation?
Right. So, for example, we have approached the Penang state government, and they are very supportive because they themselves have already have an official commitment to ban shark fin in all of their official functions. So it's a lot easier for us to approach them. And when we say, okay, we have this campaign going on, we have the same objectives, and the YBs and the people from the state government, and they say, okay, let's do a collaboration, let's work together for the same cause. So that is really a leverage for us in that sense.
Good.
It's been a cause that's been around for many years. I think many people have also fought for this cause. But why do you think it's still an issue until today?
Right, so I think a lot of people don't know that shark conservation is a long-term initiative. So we will still need to continue our work, to continue our efforts to work with relevant partners for a period of time before we can reverse the situation and see significant results. So WWF-Malaysia, we conducted a consumer survey last year, and we find out that shark fin consumption has been decreasing for the past 6 months at that time.
Right.
So, and the trend, it seems, it will keep on decreasing for the upcoming 12 months. So this is because for the fact that people are more aware of the importance of saving sharks, and also environmental issues and a change in dining culture.
You just mentioned the key word, which is, I mean, they say ignorance is a bliss, but in this case, it's really not a bliss, because I think a lot of people do not understand how important a shark is to the ecosystem itself.
Right.
Could you tell us why?
Yeah. Okay, so sharks, they are the key species in the marine ecosystem. So they are the top predators in the marine food chain, so they are right at the top. So when they are not there anymore and they're gone, it will have an after effect to the rest of the levels of the marine ecosystem. So maybe I can give you an example, like sharks, they eat turtles, and turtles, they eat seagrass.
Yeah.
So when there's no sharks to eat the turtles and keep their populations in check, then there will be an overpopulation of the sea turtles, which in turn will eat a lot of seagrass and destroy the coral habitats in the marine environment. So that will have a devastating effect towards the whole balance of the ecosystem itself.
Yeah, because they kill off the pests, right? The little fish that are pests as well.
Exactly.
So if you have, too much pests and not enough predators, then that's a problem.
There's no balance.
There's no balance,
Exactly.
So one of the campaign objectives is to engage 1 million Malaysians to say no to shark fin soup. How close are you guys to getting that 1 million Malaysians?
Okay, so far we've gotten about over 17,000 pledges. And you can see it in our campaign website, myfinmylife.com. And as you can see, we are still further away from our target. So we will still continue our work, our efforts. And which is why WWF Malaysia would like to urge people to sign on the pledge, support our cause, say no to shark fin soup. And because this 1 million pledges is a very significant number, because it conveys a collective support from Malaysians to the campaign. And we will use this number and the support to urge businesses who are still serving to say, hey, we have this support, so please stop serving the dish.
Right.
But Amierah, it's also certain families who have dishes prepared at home that are made from, sharks. Is that also a key problem, and what would you tell them right now? If any one of them is watching right now, what would you tell them right now? Because there's a perception that it's only a business, it's a restaurant, but no one really wants to tackle the issue. That at times it could be a family, somebody at home who is not aware of the situation. Well, correct me if I'm wrong.
Right. So based on our consumer survey, we found out that more than 80% of shark fin consumption are consumed out of the house. So they would consume it in hotels, restaurants. So that's why we are targeting more on businesses, because based on the statistics. So for those who are eating at home, I would urge them to slowly try to find alternatives to shark meat, because there's a lot of options out there that you can try and find, because sharks are an endangered species nearing extinction. So we should all work together in, to
moving forward.
To support and to save them.
Cool. So, the numbers, as you said, are low. We need to get more people. How do we do that? How do we get more Malaysians to realize that this is an issue that we really need to step up and to realize and to act upon?
Right. So, going back to our consumer survey again, so we asked people what motivates them to change their behavior to stop consuming. And we found out that the highest percentage would be, of course, from their own decision, which is understandable. But social media also has an influence on their behaviors. So WWF sees this as a good opportunity, a good platform for us to spread the campaign message. So we are working currently with creative, talented people to work on funny, non-gory videos of sharks
Right.
to spread on social media with an aim so that it will get viral.
Right.
And
Can people also pledge online?
yes, definitely. So
Okay,
they
cool.
can just visit our website, very easy, myfilmmylife.com. Just pledge, be a Shark Heroes, and join the 17,000 people who have already pledged.
We will
Yes.
have 2 more today.
Make it a million.
But just going back to the topic itself, there are several parts around the world where there's an absolute ban with regards to sharks and trying to, capture them, and whatever has to happen has to happen. But will that need to be done here in Malaysia in terms of an absolute ban here to help change those numbers?
Yes, actually, WWF-Malaysia strongly encourage to have laws on shark, to prohibit shark hunting and shark finning. Because in Malaysia itself, we have about 63 species and only about 1 or 2 are protected. So this is a serious issue. And even me personally, I would think that we need to push to this law, to have this law in Malaysia, just like the rest of the countries.
Right. Now, at the beginning of the show, we brought up the topic of dolphins being, disrupted, their sleeping patterns being disrupted because of tourists who would go in during the day, because that's when they sleep, and because they would sleep in shallow waters, which is where we go. So it was disrupting their, their sleeping habits, their reproductive stuff. So is that a problem with sharks, with us going to, to look at sharks and everything here in Malaysia, or is it kind of counter to that? More of does it encourage people to protect sharks even more?
Okay, so for that, it comes down to activities such as diving, right? So we have our campaign partners who is also from diving centers such as Scuba School International. So Scuba School International, or SSI, they also work with us to spread the awareness, to spread the message to their students and to their other diving centers, so that, when they go diving and they see sharks underwater, they know what to do. They don't disrupt the balance or the environment that the sharks are in.
Right.
So, yeah, I think diving scientists nowadays are definitely even more aware that they have a responsibility to educate their customers and
Right.
their
I think
students.
it's always good to find out the do's and don'ts before we go. I think because we can go like to Pulau Redang, so easily go on a boat and just go hop in with the sharks. It's not always good for them.
It's really good as well that they just joined on board. They jumped on the campaign, the My Fin My Life campaign. Hotels and restaurants as well increase in numbers with regards to signing up for this campaign?
So far we have only about 25 hotels and restaurants who have currently signed up. So some of them from Penang, for example, Hard Rock Hotel, Golden Sands Resort, Hotel Jen, and from Kota Kinabalu we have Ming Garden Hotel, the Klagan Hotel. So these businesses have taken the first step to ensure that they have an environmentally, responsible dining policy. So therefore, we still urge businesses out there to follow their steps, to sign on the corporate pledge and to officially declare themselves to be fin-free, to not promote, to not serve, to not consume.
I love
Great.
Hard Rock Penang. I'm going to go back there after hearing this as well.
Yeah, it's a great place too. Are there
Definitely.
any upcoming events for My Fin My Life to increase the number of people to drive this event more? Maybe with kids?
Okay. So we have an event coming up in September. So it's an art exhibition roadshow. It's called We Are All Together. It's organized by our campaign partner, Shark Savers. So it will be at Berjaya Times Square from 10th to 18th of September. So it's a school holiday. So the WWF team will be there to collect pledges and to conduct several exciting activities for the kids.
I've got one word for you, fantastic. Something's coming up. Could you tell us more about it, please?
Okay, so our next event will be in October. So, like you said, fantastic. So that is our first shark-themed run. Actually, first in Malaysia.
Oh,
So we are organizing it in Penang
okay.
at Occupy Beach Street. So we will have our shark mascots cheering the people up, and we are asking people to come on board, to use their limbs to save the fins.
Okay.
Okay, and also in turns to spread awareness and saying we need to protect sharks as the numbers are decreasing currently.
Amierah, where do we sign up for this?
Okay, so you can just log on to the website run.tixtac, that is TIXTAC.com. So you can find all the details there.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Amierah,
Thank
for coming
you.
in
Thank
and
you for
sharing.
having me.
Wish you all the best. And
It's an eye-opener, by the way. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't forget to go online and pledge as well, or go for one of their events and pledge. We're definitely going to do it.
It's fantastic. Remember, it's not that great, all right, the dish. I've not tried it. I've been told it's not that great either.
Yeah.
It's time for a change. The sharks are dying. Would
Yeah.
you like it if we come over to your house and do the same to you? No. It's a reality. I mean, you might laugh, people might laugh,
Yeah.
but that is the reality. We're killing off a species.
Yeah, it's real, so don't do it. But
I shall
tomorrow,
calm
tomorrow on VBuzz, though, it is our National Day, and in the spirit of that, we'll be speaking to Deva Kunjari Sambatan about some of the leadership lessons passed down to her by her father and one of Malaysia's founding fathers.
We're also joined by the founder of Shopaholics, Den, as we discuss the rise of digital fashion in Malaysia.
Yes, as always, keep writing to us at vbuzz@astro.com.my. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at vbuzz_HD. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. I'm Juanita.
It's been fantastic.
Fantastic.
I'm Roshan. Bye-bye.
Bye.